Good morning, St. Francis. I'm Father Paul Cochran, and I will be soon joining you in mid-August to be the associate pastor along with Father Hightower, and then Father Martin, and Father Lantry, and Father Consino. I've been asked to give a little information about myself. I could say that I'm from small town, from Walla Walla, Washington, and the onion capital of the world. We like to think it is, but it's not. I grew up on a wheat farm with one older brother and mom and dad. And I went to Gonzaga University, where I discovered the Jesuits. I had never met a Jesuit before I got to Gonzaga. And I was so impressed, and I was really pondering what I wanted to do with my life, that I thought, I'm going to give the Jesuits a try. And that was in 1982. It doesn't seem that long ago, but people say that that was ages ago. I've done my studies in Spokane, Washington, and in Toronto, Ontario. I've taught at Bellarmine High School in Tacoma, Washington. And my first assignment as a priest was in the Yukon-Kuskokwim Delta of Alaska, to work and live among the Yupik people of Western Alaska. And I think that's probably where I really found what it means to be a priest. I was one of the few non-native people living in these villages of 300 to 500 people, and I didn't speak their language. Most of them did speak English, but there was this big gap. But yet, when we came to church, there was something that united us, even though sometimes the language could be a barrier. As I got to know people, I got to pick up phrases and parts of the language, but I picked up the heart of the people. And I think that's what is so important as we focus our faith in Christ, is on the heart. The giving heart, the understanding heart, even the challenging heart, a heart that says, do better, love more, play more, and be friends with all. Following my 15 years in Alaska, I was asked to go to Spokane, Washington, to be the Jesuit superior of the retirement community, known as Cardinal Bea House. And it was there that I got to know many of our older Jesuits and their stories of working in schools, working in parishes, and how their heart had been touched as well. Part of my job was to help them in their last stage of life, where they'd been missioned to pray for the church and for the world. And as they finished that mission, to help them and to do the final rites, the burial rites for them at our cemetery. It also involved getting involved with their doctors and caregivers. But again, the heart was always the image that I've focused on. The heart of the person, the heart of the caregiver, and the heart of those around people. Most recently, I've been into Portland, Oregon, where I've been running our Loyola Jesuit Center. It's a conference center that's been built on the property of the former Loyola Retreat House. And one of our goals is to welcome groups, Catholic groups or nonprofit groups that share our mission to our space, to welcome Jesuits who are traveling through the Portland region, and to care for this 6-acre property in the midst of a neighborhood that has fewer and fewer trees, when our trees on the property are about 100 years old. And so it again touches the heart of the environmentalist, as well as the heart of the one who organizes and hosts conferences. With the permission of our current provincial, I asked after 3 years to start back into parish work. And fortunately for me, and I hope for you, I have been missioned to St. Francis Xavier Parish here in Missoula, where I have helped out in past summers. I look forward to meeting you. Don't be afraid to give your name to me more than a couple of times. It usually takes about 5 times for me to actually get a name down in the memory bank. But I know faces, and I love to banter with people or talk about more important things, but especially to talk about matters of the heart. Thank you.